I'm about to show you how to have an inbox zero, meaning an email inbox that has no emails on it ongoingly. But before I'm going into all the details of how to actually do it, I want to explain why we're doing it. It's not just because it's cool to tell your friends that your inbox is zero or because it's some fashion that we want to follow. They're going to sleep at night knowing that your inbox has been taken care of and that you have nothing that still needs to be actioned, or you know exactly where everything is going to reduce your mental load. In the course that I'm teaching right now, Unlocked, we talk a lot about integrity and about taking responsibility of our lives. And this is a huge part of it, managing everything that we need to do, managing everything that we want to do, and our email inbox is a huge part of it. Similarly to your letterbox, imagine it being full with letter that you either never opened or opened, read a little bit, and just left lying on your desk without taking further action. That would be very stressful. And this is exactly what is happening if your email inbox is full with emails that you haven't fully managed. The process I'm about to show you is quite thorough. We will start with just organizing your inbox visually in a way that makes it super quick and easy to see how to sort it properly. Then we will go on into a slightly longer process, probably much longer process, of initially sorting everything out and reaching a zero inbox. And then I will show you how to maintain it ongoingly. The last thing I would recommend is that you pause this video now and make sure that you have two separate screens. One is your computer screen that would have your inbox open on it, and then the other screen with my video that you can follow along and do the steps while I'm showing you how to do them. So pause this video right now, sort out your different screens, and let's meet on the other side of the pause button. Hopefully now you have both screens set up. One is the screen in which you watch me, and on your bigger screen, your computer screen, you can follow along what I'm doing. I'm going to work with Gmail, so if you have a different inbox for your email provider, you might have to do things slightly differently and look at your settings to find how I'm doing those things. We're going to start with sorting things visually, so it would help us make quick decisions and empty our inbox rapidly. To start with, most people's Gmail inbox have different tabs. We don't want to click on different tabs. We want to be able to do everything within one tab. In order for everything to be under one tab, we will go into Setting, so that cog where the settings are, and we're going to scroll down until we see where it says Inbox Type, and then it says Default and Customize. Click on the Customize, and then you can see that you can untick the other tabs, Promotions, Socials, whatever tabs you have ticked, untick them and save. Once you save them, you can see that the tabs disappear and all of the emails come under Primary tab. That would make it really easy to see all your emails and make quick decisions about what to do with them. The next thing, to make it easier and quicker for us to manage the inbox, we want to create a preview of the email so I don't have to click into an email in order to see what it says. In order to do that, I'm going back to the settings, so that cog at the top right hand corner, and I'm scrolling down until I see the word reading pane. Right now, the default is no split, but I'm going to create a split right of inbox. There's also an option to have a split below inbox, but for me it's not as comfortable and I prefer right of inbox. Click that and immediately you can see that there is a reading pane. So if you close the settings and you click on the email that you just saw, then you have a preview of what this email is. And you can toggle a little bit by scrolling right or left with your cursor. And then you can decide how much you want to see of the title and how much you see the preview of the email. Now your inbox should look something like this. However, you probably have thousands of emails, perhaps even tens of thousands of emails sitting there in your inbox, and we want to get down into zero. The process I will teach you now, you will do from now on to every new email that comes into the inbox. But to start with, we will start the process with the existing emails. I recommend doing it for at least 30 to 60 days of emails. So this process could take a few hours. Be patient with yourself. And everything that is older than 30 to 60 days, you can simply archive. That way you're not deleting anything that might be important. But we also assume that things that are older than 30 or 60 days, if you haven't checked them yet, they're probably safe to just archive as they are. So for each email, what we want to check is first, is this sender someone that you still want to get email from regularly? For example, I receive emails from Samsung Electronics, but I realize I don't really want to get anything from them. So what I will do, I will go down to the bottom of the email and I will find where I can unsubscribe. I make sure I unsubscribe for emails that I don't want to receive anymore, because this is the responsible way to stop receiving emails from someone you don't want to receive emails anymore from. Any other ways of doing it might jeopardize their ranking with my email provider, which means their emails might be received into people's spam instead of their inboxes. And if it's a provider that I appreciate, I don't want to do that to them. The next thing we can do with our emails is delete them. For example, I might still want to receive emails from this provider, so I can go into it. I don't need this specific email, so I'll simply delete it. The next thing I can do with an email is snooze it. So this email specifically is already labeled, and I'll show you how to label emails shortly. This means I can safely snooze it. Snoozing it means pressing on these buttons and choosing when I want to read this email again. So I'm going to select a date and time, because there's nothing here that I would like, a time here that is easy for me. I would like to receive this email on Monday at 10 a.m. Save it, and this email has been snoozed. If I ever want to find it again, I can always go to here, to the label of snoozed, and I can find all the emails I snoozed in that label. Now, the last thing that we want to do is label the emails. Gmail has an interesting capacity to label one email with more than one labels, which is not something that a lot of email providers allow. But first, we need to decide what labels are we using. Personally, the system that works for me is creating folders or labels that mean a lot to me. For example, I have a label called banking, and underneath it, I have subfolders or sub-labels with the banks that I'm working with. And so I have lots and lots of labels here, and all of them mean something to me. So if I want to, I can decide to label this email from the space. So I'm going to move it to a label that I already have called Inspired by Love, which is my business name. About this label, if I'll click this folder with an arrow, it would move from my inbox immediately. And I don't want, because I want to do a couple of things with it. So if I go here, I will first label as, which will only apply the label but won't move it from out of the inbox. I will label it as Coral, which is the appropriate label for that email. Apply. And then I want to snooze it because I would like to reply to it, say, this weekend. with labels, some people might have a different system of having a lot less labels, and labels such as to do versus for fun or for later. Personally, I don't like that system because it still makes it very hard for me to find emails when I want them. This system of having lots of different labels works much better for me. So let's just quickly check, and you can see because I have the reading preview, it would be very quick and easy for me to sort out all of these emails. And because my labels are already sorted, this would be quite quick. Let's just pretend I need to create a new label. So this email from Mercy Corps, I would like to create a label. So I will go to label as donations. These are organizations that I donate my money to. So I don't have that label yet, and it would ask me to create a new one, which I do. It would also ask me if I would like to nest it under a specific label that I already have. In this case, I wouldn't want to, so I'll just click create. So it's under donations. It's not nested under any other label. And this one I can snooze because I would like to read this specific email. I'm snoozing it for Saturday at 8 a.m. This one I'm snoozing for the weekend as well. I'll go ahead and snooze it to Sunday because it's a movie that I'm planning on watching. Sunday at 4 p.m. Leonie Dawson, this one I already read, so I'll simply go and delete this one. This one is email from myself, which I will just archive. I'm not going to delete it, but I'm not going to label it as well because this is an email from myself. This one is already labeled with an organization that I like, so I'll go on and I'll just archive it, and I know it would go to the right label or folder. So now you have all the tools how to manage your inbox responsibly. So every time before you go to bed or before you log off, your email is zero and nothing on it that you need to think about, worry about, or manage. Let me know if you have any questions at all. As always, you can leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video.